Why, hello, beautiful, wonderful people. I didn't see you there. Thank you for joining me. My name is Bonnie Northgraves, and this is another episode of Ba-Doo-Bum Jazz Story Time. Ba-Doo-Dum Jazz Story Time. Today, we are going to be talking about a tune from 1939, written by the one and only Billy Strayhorn. This was played as the theme song for Duke Ellington's orchestra, so the song can be none other than Take the A Train. So, on that note, let's take a take and jump into it. Ba-dum piano cam. Alrighty, I'm going to play this in the key of C major, as that's the key I like to sing this in. Is the tune, or something like it. This was written in 1939 by Billy Strayhorn. The lyrics weren't added till a little bit later, and we will get into that. But let's start off with a little bit of context. So, due to some ASCAP regulations in the late 30s, band leaders and composers had to change the way that their songs were written or who wrote them, and the people who did write the songs had to be members of ASCAP. So why is this important, and how does this play into the story? Well, if you were not a member of ASCAP, you could not have your song played on the radio, and the rates increased to have that happen. So Duke Ellington needed some people who were members to write for him. This ended up being his son Mercer Ellington and the wonderful Billy Strayhorn. At that time, Billy Strayhorn lived in Pittsburgh, and Duke Ellington got in touch with him and said, "Hey, have I got a job for you?" He even offered to pay his way from Pittsburgh to New York, and so Billy Strayhorn said, "Yes, sir, Duke, I will take that job." So Duke was so kind, he gave him directions on how to get to New York and how to get to his place. And the very first note on the direction says, you guessed it, take the A train. So, Billy Strayhorn had been a big fan of the writing and arranging of Fletcher Henderson. He really liked the way that he wrote for trumpets, trombones, and saxophones particularly. So if you listen to the very famous Duke Ellington recording of this, kind of signature one, you'll hear a lot of like really ba, 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 like really shouty horns, and you can listen to each section individually and see that it does bear quite a lot of resemblance to Fletcher Henderson's writing style. The chord changes of this song are loosely based on the tune Exactly Like You. Oh yeah, one other note on this. Mercer Ellington actually found this song crumpled up in a garbage can. I guess Billy Strayhorn had not liked it because it sounded too much like Fletcher Henderson and had crumpled up and thrown it away. But Mercer had found it in the garbage and retrieved it, and thank goodness for that. All right. Originally, Billy Strayhorn had written the lyrics for this song, and the first recording, which wasn't actually with the Duke Ellington Band, features his original lyrics, but they didn't end up sticking around because in 1944, a young lady by the name of Joya Sherrill, I believe she lived in Detroit, super great singer, had great composure and poise, as they say. She wrote these set of lyrics. Her father was a pretty well-known activist in the area and reached out to Duke Ellington and said, "Hey, my daughter's written these lyrics, you should check them out." And he did, and the rest is history as we know it because everybody sings these lyrics. So, I guess on that note, I think I will sing it out myself. So, staying in the key of C. Here we go. take the A train to go to Sugar Hill in Harlem. If you miss that A train, you miss the quickest way to get to Harlem. Hurry, get on now, it's coming. Listen to those rails a-thrumming. All aboard the A train. Soon we'll be in Sugar Hill in Harlem. All right, there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Bonnie, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.